Well, there's trouble of a different type tonight for North Carolina Congressman Madison Cawthorn. A new report out says that his primary campaign overspent and dipped into a fund that was meant for a general election battle. Queen City News reporter Derek Dellinger here to be able to break all this down.
Yeah, Derek, you've been covering Cawthorn for months now. This seems like for a lot of people this may not be a big deal, but campaign finance integrity is.
Yes, and this has gotten some people into trouble before, and we want to be specific about this. This report does come out from the Daily Beast, and it says that Cawthorn's primary campaign was running dry money-wise, so they dipped into a fund that was specifically meant for a general election. Well, Cawthorn lost his primary, and he was not supposed to use that general election fund money, but this report from the Daily Beast says his campaign did.
In a matter of months, North Carolina Congressman Madison Cawthorn will be out of office. He was primaried out back in May. Since then, much of the controversy surrounding him has died down, but now there's something new on the horizon.
He's kind of caught in a tough spot.
Dr. Eric Heberlich is a political science professor at UNC Charlotte. He's reacting to a report from the Daily Beast this weekend, which quoted unnamed campaign staffers on the spending the Cawthorn campaign made and how they overspent, dipping into money that they were not supposed to touch.
Once you've already lost, people are much less willing to give you money, so it's hard to repay those campaign debts.
The report says Cawthorn's campaign tapped into the general election fund. Problem is, since Cawthorn was primaried out, that money that may no longer be there needs to be refunded. And at this point, there's no other source to recoup that money.
This campaign finance issue is just another example of how controversy is not escaping Madison Cawthorn, even though he is on the downturn from prominence in the House Republican Conference.
Emily Brooks is a reporter for Nextstar's sister publication, The Hill. She told us support in D.C. for Cawthorn, already at a low before the primary, could lead to issues trying to raise money to pay back those supporters.
He definitely poses a huge challenge, and a lot of this will depend on what Madison Cawthorn wants to do in his political future.
Cawthorn has not commented on the story on social media, and his office did not respond to our request for comment. Cawthorn's campaign is already late in submitting federally required filings that could give insight as to what's happening financially.
The reason for different donations for primary campaigns and general election campaigns is to make it less likely that donors are buying candidates by just giving them big boatloads of money.
Now, Derek, you covered Madison Cawthorn, I can remember vividly, as breaking news on primary night, and that's when he lost his primary. Were there any indications then that there were any money issues like this?
Kind of. We were already hearing some of the rumblings about some of the financial issues that were coming out, and this is on top of all the statements that he made at the time. The stuff about the cocaine orgies, the stuff about his traffic violations that were out there. There was a lot of stuff that was basically out in the media about him at the time, but there were these rumblings about monetary issues that he was having specifically. And we should mention that watch party that we were at up in Hendersonville, it was a bit of an event that was very low scale, very low key. And so this is not necessarily much of a surprise considering kind of what we knew at the time, but did we know all this at the time? No, but it does explain a lot of what we saw.
Okay, yeah, a lot of stuff happening with the Cawthorn, I mean, him being in office, but he looks like he's going to be out here real soon then.
Yes.
All right, Derek, thanks so much for that.